Hey guys, so I haven't made a video in the past few days. I just figured it'd be easier to just get the whole weekend out just all at once. So I had this habit of going numb lately, where instead of fighting or arguing or crying or showing any emotion at all, I just shut them all off. I shut them all off until I'm all by myself, and then I let them all flood in, which ends in a lot of regret and deep sadness. I had to do this a lot this weekend, actually. I try not to fight in front of my daughter. So if something that irritates me or something I know is really going to make me emotional, if I can't get the other person to ignore it or talk about it some other time, then I generally just shut all emotion off. Therefore, I don't show any sadness or anger or anything. So then when I turn it back on, it's like a whirlwind of pretty much everything. I'm really struggling with my happiness. On Saturday morning, I woke up fighting with my husband right away in the morning. The first sentence was a fight. And it wasn't anything that he did or anything that I did or anything that anyone did. It just, the situation that we're in right now is just building and building and building. I don't really know exactly what to do with the situation that I'm in. And like, again, I'm going to say this again. I'm sorry I'm being cryptic and everything just seems so confusing for you guys. Hopefully, like I said, when it all gets resolved, I will go deeper into it in another video. But as of right now, it's just a big problem that just sits there in between him and I. And it doesn't get resolved because, like I was saying before, when my daughter's around and he brings it up, or I bring it up, or it gets brought up in any way, shape, or form, I go numb because it's such an emotional situation that I don't want to show the emotion because it most likely will get out of hand. And I don't want anyone to see that, especially my daughter. I don't want her to see us fight like that or see us in an emotional situation like that. Not necessarily fighting. Usually we're not fighting about it. It's just more of an emotional conversation that I don't really want to get into with him in front of her. But with it being such a big part of our lives and it being right there in the center of it, it tends to cause a lot of tension between us. And then it tends to lead to me being numb 90% of the time that I'm awake. So the only time that I'm feeling anything is when I'm alone, which leads to sadness that is really hard to deal with when you're by yourself. But I don't want to drag any more people into the situation, because then it's just everybody's opinion against what my opinion, against what his opinion, against what their opinion. And I don't want to have to sort out what it is. Because generally, it's not anyone else's problem or situation. It's mine and his. And we need to resolve it between each other. What the result's going to be, only God will know. Because right now, I am just so torn between everything that's going on. I mean, I know what I want, and I know what I feel in my heart is the right solution, but sometimes it's hard to tell when you have other people whether that solution is right, or whether that's the right solution for everybody or everything, or if it's just a short-term solution, if that's really the good solution long-term. It's just hard, and I'm torn, and it tears me, and it literally gives me headaches. Like, I have headaches all the time when I think about it, so I try not to think about it. But it was so up and down this weekend. There was times when it was really good. At Friday, at work, having fun with my friend. I'm definitely a social sim. I've noticed that about myself. When I'm out with my friends, I went and seen a movie this weekend, and that was great. I had so much fun seeing this movie. It was amazing. It was good. It was a good time. So when I'm out there hanging out with new people, talking about my interests, talking about things I'm passionate about, it's like I almost forget that I have this issue until I walk in the door and it's like blasted in my face. Here's this issue, now you gotta deal with it. And like I said, I'm such a social sim, because if I don't meet new people or talk to different people more than just, my husband and my daughter, and stuff like that, I tend to get really, really, like, sad. And in the Sims, if you have a Sim that your number one thing is social, or you have a social social attribute at all, that Sim gets very unhappy if you don't habit talking to new people or meeting new people or making new friends or just calling someone on the phone all the time. Like a social sim. If I'm not meeting new people or talking to someone different or having a conversation with them, I tend to get like sad or depressed. And I mean, it's not always, it's not all the time. Sometimes I like being by myself and I like just being able to think about what I need to think about, you know, issues that I'm going through, or good times or bad times. You know, it's nice to sit and think. I think that's why these videos, because it gives me time to think and reflect back, and yet I feel like I'm still talking to people about it and getting that interaction that I crave so much. I know there's videos all over the place because I'm just kind of saying what's coming to my head right now. Sunday was especially hard. I went to church in the morning and I was hoping that maybe there's some clarity would come into that. I didn't feel any more clarity going into or coming out of it as I had going into it. It just was all the same. It was, she got brought back up. And of course my daughter's here, so I just numbed out. I didn't want to talk about it, and I kept saying I don't want to talk about it in front of her. I don't want to talk about it in front of her. And he didn't want to listen. He didn't want to hear what I was saying because it consumes both of us. It consumes both of us in a different way. I mean, I finally got him to stop, and luckily now he's spending time. They went to go Build-A-Bear, which was kind of cool. Kind of sent him away. Give myself some alone time to think about and figure out what's going on with my emotions so that I can come in with a level head. I don't like making decisions when I'm upset or angry or sad or super emotional, because then I tend to jump to conclusions and things. I look back and be like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I make that decision? And then I think, oh, well, that's because I was feeling this. So I don't want to make a decision like that. So I've really been thinking about it. But like I said, hopefully this gets resolved soon, because it's really just dragging me. It drags me down, but it also takes away, like, from my quality of life, with me having to be feeling like I have to be numb and turn my emotions off so much just to get through the day so that I'm not an emotional wreck, and so that I can actually function and take care of my children. I'm sick of being crippled by it. I want to be able to feel. I want to be numb. I want to feel. That's why I refuse to take medication, because the medication tends to dumb me down. It takes away certain emotions, and I like feeling my emotions. And right now I feel like I have to manually numb myself just to get through the day so I'm not an emotional wreck. I mean, I don't want to live like that no more. I'm hoping that it gets resolved soon. And I'm hoping I can talk to you guys about it a little bit more so it doesn't seem like I'm hiding stuff. I don't want to really be like that. I'm kind of an open book, so it's really hard not to talk about it. But it'll just be easier to explain it all in one big clump instead of trying to sort out what's going on right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a video up hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on when I film it and how long it takes me to edit. I hope you had a good weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.